Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Critscast. Once again, coming at you live and ready with some Nations Cup number 7 action. It'll be a quarterfinals match. That will be Russia versus Italy. And the winner of this will be looking to play either France or Germany on their side of the bracket later on. So that's more spicy action. Get your refreshments ready, strap yourselves in, and hopefully got some good Highlander action for you today.
Looking forward to this game. Got two pretty big names really out of the teams. You've got obviously this Russia team that has a lot of players who played a long time together on different kitty rosters. And on the other side, you've got Italy, who haven't been as convincing for sure. They've got a lot of good names on their roster, but they had a really rough game against Portugal.
Yeah, but I mean, with this first map, it's going to be actually a Vigil, but looking at the picks and bans for the maps, it seems that Russia actually banning out ProPlant to begin with. Italy picking Vigil, Russia picking Warmtic, and then you've got another sort of bound product and upward with Decide will be Gullywash.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a big range of maps, actually. You've got 5CP, Koth, and Payload starting off here on Vigil. So far, what we've seen is generally the second point and the final point are the two big holds. Third one is a little bit easier to push, so, you've got to not hold the first point too hard and make sure you're set up for the second.
Yeah, it's very true. But here we go. This is going to be the Nations Cup number 7 quarterfinals game between Russia and Italy. Starting off on this PL Vigil with Italy starting off in the red on the defense with Russia attacking in the blue. So have to be trying to set as fast as time they possibly can. And the roles will reverse.
Yeah, let's run down some rosters. So for the blue team, Russia, we've got Wise Junior on Scout, DQZ on Soldier, Fridge will be the Pyro, Pluha on Demo, Walker on Heavy, Engineer Miaf, Pahan will be Medic, Sniper is broken tonight, and Vicman is on the Spy.
Yeah, and so we have a Croy on Scout, the Italians, with Fluo on Soldier. So it comes on Pyro, interestingly enough, with Desvi on Demo, Robin on Heavy, or Ace on Heavy, also known as. Please no on NG. Medic will be Mix with Ixie on Sniper and Sprasty on Spy. Looking to come out the gates here. Got a bit of a passival actually already, which is kind of expected. So let's see if the flank has any fight going on and see if they can make space for a bit of a pick here.
Yeah, I believe Please No is Bez, who is better known really as kind of a sniper main in the past, but it's been a bit rusty. He's played some lower divisions last few seasons. But immediately we've seen a sack coming in, Pyro Jetpack Soldier coming in, getting, I think, the gun down, but only Fumo really, the one Pyro class, is going to be the one casualty for the red side, so they're going to be able to hold onto first, just try and build that gun back up. It means there's an opportunity for continuation of these sacks when the gun is down. That is a window where DKZ can go in aggressive again. Vicman went for some as well, but no frags, and the cart is still really far back here.
Ooh, nice stab before from Strasty onto Broken, but now Broken's back up, gets that snipe onto Ixie. So opens up a lot of space for this offense on this first, and yeah, but the mid, pretty safe near the dispenser here, Mixed, saving his Uber to wait for this cart to be pushed up on the offense. But yeah, like I mentioned, not much space being taken here, like kind of relatively slow. Stick's been sort of here now. Ooh, Sprasty goes for a stab that unfortunately doesn't get it. Pahan living with his Uber here as well, so yeah, kind of slow and steady wins the race here at the start of the offense for Russia, to see how they take this second offense.
Yeah, it's a classic thing you see. As soon as Russia put all those players over on the flank side, the Italian side had to be super aware of the possibility of a side line. They've actually got a trade coming in this side tunnel area. Slightly better for the Italians. Ace going forward with the heavy weapons. He's actually going to get bullied out with the repush from the Demo and the Scout. And the Conch is actually now coming in for the side of Italy. They're going to bully them back into this tunnel area, but we'll see if they can continue the surge forward. Both Qua and the Soldier want to get forward as well as Fuma, but they decide better of it in the end. They've just managed to push Russia all the way back to the first point, and we're going to see a bit of a reset.
Yeah, I think that was pretty smart kiting there from Russia. They kind of just came out the tunnel, realised the Conch was going to last quite a while. So Pahan living there as well, but I mean, he's actually at quite a low percent there, so I'll try and build that up, in fairness. Mech's on 70% almost. Demo going really low here, they'll be taking a lot of damage. Carl being pushed to the end of the tunnel as well. I'm actually going for a bit of a sap here. Only level 1 gun right now. Walker taking a lot of damage. Big one from DQZ puts in a lot of damage. I'm trying to find some pressure here, but I mean, it's kind of a messy fight still. Mech's on very low health. Manages to goes down at the very end to some Python Pluha. Really well played there.
Yeah, Mix went down to single-digit health just from DQZ coming in from the main tunnel area. He didn't manage to find that final rocket he needed, but Mix was just dodging and duking with tiny health, and eventually, I think it was either a pipe or a roller perhaps, coming in, cleaning him up from Pluha, and now we see a full Uber advantage from behind, ready to take it in. They're currently just walking in. It doesn't look like they're even going to get force. No one really in position for Italy to get a force going, but there we are.
Oh, this Ixie, clean shot on the Pahan. That was going to be a +2s in the chat, would you please? Or shields out for Pahan, whichever one you prefer really is, well, I mean, 20 grams is going to be W-keying on the pyro as well. They do manage to cap it out, though. Big bomb in it actually from Fluo, just go down. Nice rocket there from DPZ to clean him up, but yeah, now Pahan's going to try and regroup here. That will delay their push in, though, quite significantly. Mex actually has an ad now.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, this ad on the third hold. You often can't do, you know, an awful lot with it. It's the offensive side has so much protection that they can push the cart, they can walk up and get the force relatively easily, and even it can be nice and far back. At the moment, Pahan's actually playing quite aggressive. Rusty ambling towards him, but decides he doesn't fancy that, wants to back out, and at the moment, you can see Russia, they're a little bit fearful. They decided main's not the option they want to go for, and they're going to actually take it through the flank.
Yeah, don't many people there. No pyro, no heavy for this, but a huge shot from Broken actually. Going to try and get their sniper to carry them to victory, maybe on this point in particular. But flank goes down right now for Italy. Nice attempt on Tapan there. Gets another body shot actually to Strasti as he's in the air here. So Broken trying to see what he can do here on this edge flank space, and he actually gets the demo as well. Huge hit coming out from the sniper. Uber comes in as well, gun goes down. Return of Uber comes in, but it's onto literally a single pyro into an entire team. I don't really know about this. It's a bit scrappy here.
Oh, Mex does get picked up at the end of that fight. He couldn't run back into spawn as he wanted, and it was actually the spy that was in a nice position. Vicman just doing a great job of cutting off his escape.
Ooh, Runger's down though. Nice shot from Ixie actually here to return on this last point defense. Very ambitious here. Russia trying to get in here without much of a grouping. Lose their demo as well. Pluha going down. Flank secured by Ace and Crate on the outside space. Let's see if they can make anything do with that as well. But yeah, gun goes down a bit here as well, which might delay some of the defensive buildings. And there we go. Another shot comes out from Ixie. So trying to return the favor maybe on this last point. And if your sniper can do well on this last point, it can be very painful.
Yeah, the sniper would be what's very important, but the other thing that is going to become crucial in the next few seconds is Pahan does have a gigantic Uber advantage. Mex is not going to come up Uber in time, so Italy, they need to make a decision. They need to get eyes on where the Uber's coming through, and they need to work out where they want to kite it.
Ooh, there we go, Uber comes in though. That's level 1, the demo completely ignoring the the gun, goes for a few fixes here. Mex does go down though. And so does Ixie, so no sniper here. He's going to literally stack every single person with a level 2 from me, from all things, being wrangled on the tracks here. Straf's trying to find something, gets that shut down immediately. A lot of healthy players from Russia still near the cart. They need to actually push it in though. I don't know why no one's pushing it in during this time. Fringe's like trying to get on it, but like not really at the same time. DQZ comes in for another bomb, Broken goes down. They're getting some redeeming frags here, but the spawns are so long for the defense. Spam come out from the demo, Croy's doing his best, but like, the push just instantly stops there. Really don't know why Russia didn't just get on the cart more there. Kind of strange.
They had a lot of players on the cart, but they were completely unaware of the players flanking from the outside area. The Scout Quar and the Heavy as well, Ace. Oh my god, that airshot from Blue absolutely destroys Mex there, launching him in the air. Perfect pipe. That's going to be a big Uber advantage for Pahan. He's up to 90%, and surely this is going to be the GG push now.
Come on, they're going to try and make this work now. Here we go, Uber comes in, DQZ for another bomb here, straight into the spawn, as Fluo like kind of messes up his jump a bit, goes down for trouble. No one on the cart still though, you need cart pushes here. They're 3 up basically. Ace is on the side here, just trying to look for something. As the flank comes in, Party gets on the cart. Heavy doesn't go down though, so everybody voice Genie on the cart here, trying to have a scout 1v1 with Croy. Gets a nice arrow from Pahan. And there we go, finally they managed to push it in 7 minutes. I really feel like that could have been a minute faster, but it's still pretty decent play overall there from Russia.
Yeah, still a solid time for Russia. As you say, it should have been faster. They had advantage so many times, and you know the Ubers weren't terrible, but it was just the posting, but they weren't getting full lockdown that they wanted. They weren't getting the amount of cart time they wanted, and they weren't aware of just the flank coming in from various different angles. And overall, certainly a very competitive time, but Italy will perhaps take heart of the fact that a lot of stuff went wrong for them, but they've still got a decent defense out of it.
Yeah, very true. I mean, there are kind of the saving the graces potentially. I mean, Ixie was starting to do a decent amount of work, especially at the start of that last point defense. So if they can maybe make some more space for him, I mean, he's third scoring right now for them, and also Ace on the flank getting a decent amount of score for them. Trying to get some decent damage in. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this goes. See if they kind of change the momentum a bit. But yeah, overall it's pretty good. Nice picks actually onto Pahan a few times as well. So like I was saying before about the saving graces might be another thing for them if they can get those med picks rolling and maybe get some Ubers and try and do what Russia did to them on third and the last point. But here we go, gates are open and no one's on the card to start with. Oh, there we go, Par's on it now.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try and get Ixie. He's actually playing really passive at the moment. Ixie, they've got the flank are pushing the flank as you would expect. A lot of players actually go down for Russia. They call out those players on the flank, Fridge, WiseGD and DQZ. Obviously, until this first point is capped, you actually get pretty good spawns from a defensive point of view. So they're going to be up. They're actually up now, so not too much of a downside really for the Russians. They have 9 of their players up and back in the action, and we're going to see Vigil looking to get some kind of play into mix soon.
Yeah, trying for it, but there we go. Yeah, we'll go down though eventually, as the car is moved up a bit here, trying to get some bit of hill control going. Demo kind of caught out, and probably going to try and regroup with his team, take some damage from the mini, but we'll be relatively okay for now, as Sprafty getting found out again. As massive bomb in from Fluor actually kills Fluor.
Yeah, Demo going down is nice, but obviously Broken winning the sniper 1v1 is a good return. They needed that. If he'd lost that 1v1, they would have been in absolute dire straits. But we're seeing their healing is going into tunnel now. Nefi's actually very, very weak, but it looks like they're going to take the Uber in early. It's going to be a train Walker taking the Uber. He might actually... No, he does get flashed nicely by Pahan. Fubo actually going down to the tail end of that slightly worse mover, fortunately, but they're moving the car all along here. As long as Bex doesn't get caught, they can re-push pretty shortly.
Yeah, Pahan even rotated. Oh, huge fit, there we go, that's the risk. Pahan took, he tried to go in and help the conch, try and buff the players getting aggressive, and nice drop down play from Fluor there. Goes in and just instantly deletes like 3 people with the help of his team. So yeah, no med right now. Sprafty actually going to try and pick it. Misses the stab, gets the sap though, with the gun on 1 health, eventually going down finally to the shotgun of 20 grams on the pyro. But yeah, now Carl's being moved up shortly, just by Croy really trying to pressure it. Loses the 1v1 with Meath, but they need to try and pressure in here. They need to regroup first though. Actually, Mex went down in the side there. I didn't even realise. Interesting.
Big turnaround from Russia, great flank play. WiseGD coming in through the tunnel and behind onto the combo. At the same time, the soldier just bombed from the front over the hill, and the 2 different angles completely pincered them, picking up all the important frags. Med going down, Demo going down, and now Russia are nicely set up again. They've got all 9 of their players up once more. There, you can see everything's in position. They've only got a level 2 gun at the moment, but we're going to see a sack wave here.
Oh. Yeah, they were trying to make something work there, but Pahan very far back, level 2 gun from Meath on Wrangle will be shooting them down with the help of Walker as well. And there's a minigun, but yeah, Ixie going down here as well, and this offense is going to mean it's a bit delayed. They're pressuring very far forwards on this hill here. Russia trying to find something as the engineers tried its best to keep them back. Sticks being put out as well for Pluher. But yeah, they might have to try and look for another sack here, or maybe try and get a gun pick or something to try and open it up, but never mind, it's going to go straight for a trade.
Trade coming in, slightly better again for the Russians. Obviously the offensive time having to use, they've got the energy out of it, so there's going to be no gun. They can opportunity for more aggression if they choose, but they're just going to have to wait a little bit on the respawns. None of their really big fragging classes are up just yet, only Fluo kind of running around underneath. Broken is just completely roaming on the sniper class right now. Doing quite a lot of work, but just, denying a lot of space for that the Italians just cannot walk into at the moment.
20 grams is kind of sacking just to try and get the cart in, but it's not really going to work. They're going to try and go for the actual other sack as well with their splash damage classes, but try and take some space in the top. DKZ goes down to Ixie Snipe, and yeah, they've been taking a lot of damage as well. But they might be trying to find some space here, actually, with the gun only being level 1, being rebuilt a bit further back. Actually, chaos right now.
Yeah, Wise Genie was running it onto the Medic demo and Sniper, not classes that want to fight. Oh, we now see a 1v1 Vikman going for something onto Vex. Doesn't quite get him. A big rocket coming in from Fluo, who immediately gets headshot by Broken, but the second point will come in now for the Italians. Russia back up on third, they've got 100% Uber. Mex will be shortly up at Uber as well. And the Italians have decided they want to, similarly to what Russia did, they want to take the full flank side, go from there, get their sniper in position. But, again, it's even Ubers.
Yeah, and there's only 2 minutes left as well, so doing this long rotation can be kind of interesting. The Ubers are actually taken from the defense straight into them. They're going to kite this forwards actually on the offense, just going straight into the gun instead. Such a weird fight exchange right now. Py-bun kind of running for his life on fire, goes down. Really not worth that engage, I think, from the side of Russia, trying to take it into them. Davey on like 1 health has to get an arrow. Gun's dead though right now, and they're going to try and push the cart in as Pyro is actually standing on it, so... Well, that really did not work out for Russia, and this is looking slowly but surely potentially winnable for Italy here.
Yeah, disastrous Uber. I don't know if they thought it was still at, or they just wanted to take an Uber that would stuff them, but they weren't able to find the targets. Italy were able to swivel out of there, make a much better Uber coming in the back, kill all those players behind that weren't Ubered, and now they have a big change in momentum. They have Pluha down once more. He's going to be up shortly, but Italy have been able to push the cart all the time. It's down to a minute. They've actually built much better as well. I'm not sure if Py-bun went down, but he certainly hasn't been building over.
Oh, literally as you were saying, Py-bun goes down and the opposite happened. Mex gets stabbed under the watch, 20 grams there, but he's going to be kind of kicking himself for that. If he actually had Uber for this might have been winnable. But they're going to try and push it in anyway. They're allowing them a lot of space, a lot of splash damage now being put onto the car. Thrasty goes for a stab, whiffs it unfortunately. Level 2 is up for Meath, but it's kind of far back, but barely just covers the car. If they had that Uber, it might have been different here. They got 30 seconds to try and regroup and do something with this, but Py-bun has got Uber now.
The NG is just about going to spawn. Is he going to be able to save his gun? He does just about save it. A nice reflect coming in from Fridge at the last second. So that is actually crucial. It's going to be a level 2. It's really far back. It's not Ragnar, not doing the work you'd normally expect. Soldier Bomb coming in from Fluo. It's completely denied by that sentry. And it denies Devi as well, who gets picked up by Brook. The Uber is out for the Russian side. It's an absolute mulch, and we can see how crucial keeping that sentry gun alive was for that last fight.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Vikman probably changing the state of that round completely with that stab onto Mix. So yeah, really well played by Russia in the end there. Gonna be winning that first round out.
Vikman, as you say, big play from him, clutching it for his team, and now we have Russia with the 1 round advantage.
But here we go. This is going to be the second round of this PL Vigil. Nations Cup number 7 between Russia and Italy. But now we've got Russia starting in the red on the defense, Italy on attacking in the blue. Right now it is 1-0 for Russia, as they've just cleanly taken it to start off with, but there are potentially 2 rounds left. But yeah, if Russia win this next round, then we'll be going to the second map in this playoffs as quarterfinals. But yeah, I mean, do you think Italy are going to be turning things around here, or?
I think they'll be able to post a good aggressive time here. I think they have a feel of what's happened that first round. They've got themselves into things, and at times they allowed Russia to bully them a little bit, particularly on that second point. If they can just stop that happening, turn that around, make sure they're the ones on the front foot, pushing second, then I think they could do really well.
Yeah, I mean, they had some pretty good DM at most parts. I mean, the flank had pretty decent effect actually from Russia, but like it's not like they weren't getting countered at parts as well. I mean, Ixie as well has been doing decently. Corey and Fluo, Fluo trying to get in as well and get some decent rockets in. can be doing some effect as well. So see how that goes. But I mean, Spy goes into Ace here. Robin can be going down. Also with the demo as well. So a bit of a sack. Well, you can call it really a sack going in at the start. Not really finding much effect. Sentry is really far back from Meath actually. Just to avoid that initial damage coming in. So he might just like to move it in a bit. And there we go. Broken actually finding Ixie. So nice defensive sniper.
Yeah, the Russian flag played it pretty smart, making sure they're nice and far back, not going to get caught out like they did in the previous round. That's a nice adaptation from them. And they just played it back, capped their health back, made sure, while there were a lot of players feeding towards them, they had all the advantages that, you know, if they took damage, they could back out of there. And again, we see Fluo just jumping nice back to safely. Same with Wise, who just played on the high ground, being really awkward to get a lot of damage down onto Devi, who doesn't have a health back available to him. He's just going to have to run back to cart and get his heals back up. See a big bump in from Fluo, and they feel the cart is now moved closely enough that Russia are just going to decide to back out just a little bit.
Yeah, Ace is kind of even like on a bit of a flank heavy then, just trying to pressure them out a bit. Just going to try and make some space, but Cart slowly walks its way in. Bigman goes down for now, and so does Sprasty, so no spies on the team right now. So we're relying purely on their visible intel. Sack goes in from both the soldier and the demo. Actually managed to force out Pahan, so pretty decent effect there. Yeah,
and also they managed to pick up Walker as well, so that's pretty nice. Going to be no heavy for the defense, going to be full Uber advantage. Devi's already back up, they're just waiting for the scout and soldier flank as well. They're going to look to take it in shortly. We'll see if they go from top or from side tunnel. At the moment they're posturing tunnel, and they're looking to take it very, very early. Flash onto Robin and Devi. A little bit of denial here from Fridge, but they're going to be able to continue walking in. Fuma getting very aggressive in towards spawn. Does go down eventually, but at the moment they're doing a decent job. Repush coming in from Russia now. Pipes going towards Mahan. He eats one, goes onto a sliver of health, but so many frags coming in the Russians' favour. Italy weren't able to fully lock them out of that point. They weren't able to get quite enough cap time either, and Russia holding on really, really, really well.
See, this is the thing, if the Uber's just for space and you're attacking, it means that it's not going to be doing a great amount of damage, so the health for Russia was still quite good there, and they're able to just kite back in. A bit of overextension as well on the part of Italy, but yeah, kind of people flying all over the place here. DQZ barely just living on like 1 health, essentially, as the tunnel's taking a lot of damage here, and getting a decent amount of picks. Bex is now having to try and 1v1 a spy, trying to juke it out, lives on 11 health, so barely making it out of that one. Pahan now on 100%, so yeah, kind of just needs to get a full reset going here, it looks like, for Airline.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty demoralising. You know, you've done such a good job getting that sack wave, forced the medic with a really nice sack, and then you just had your Uber just completely denied and got completely crushed in the repush. So they need to keep their heads up, they keep it going. Devi's walking forward, Robin pressuring from the side tunnel as well. Medic's nice and fun back. They continue going from Flash. Fluo is behind. There's players absolutely everywhere on the map, and it's pressuring Russia out position. Ubo is coming in across the cart, and they're actually going to cap it. That's a really interesting push. But that might get caught as well. He actually gets forced out. He's going to have to run back with just 3 players alongside him.
I was even wondering whether that was a fault. I felt like he might have used to try and maybe save some people, but like maybe save the point, but it was way too late at that point, so kind of some interesting decision making coming out here. Nice plays actually from Davey onto onto Pluha there, so no demo on this defense is pretty big. Ace trying to get aggressive here onto Walker, but Walker's going to be getting pretty hard tanked by Pahan here. Maybe a bit of a zealous here, needs to try and group in first before doing that proper attack. Sprasty goes for a pick onto Walker, can be turned around on though, so yeah, now going to try and push the cart in, and they've actually allowed themselves some time here, even after that kind of massive misplay from Russia.
Ooh, Devi picks up Fridge as well, that's pretty nice. I mean, it was actually a decent play from it, so they did lose players, but they don't actually lose anything for me. It was all time where the cart was moving, and all these frags, like Fridge is not going to be up for this fight now. Devi are able to get very, very aggressive, gets a lot of damage down onto Blue, just about against the forces coming in, but it's actually going to be a trade. Fume taking most of the Uber. They've actually run all the way back here on the Italy side. Conch is in as well from DQZ, and at the moment Italy sitting back, but one person who's actually peeking forward is Broken, picking up the scout on the flank.
Yeah, however, Pluha has not been really playing the game for the past 30 seconds, he's just been dead, so he's going to have to come back in here now, but even without a demo, Russia have been looking pretty comfortable here. Meavscon is actually really far back here, so it doesn't contest the car, and as I say that, there we go, they're just going to push that in, and that is the one disadvantage of being that passive, is that they can literally just stack everyone on the cart with, like, overheal, and make that work. So there we go. Eventually just going to kind of leave that one. Probably the smart decision maybe from Russia in the state that they were in with the players in the positions that they were. So even Uber's right now. I'm going to try and push this cart in very slowly around the corner and reset now for this last defense.
Yeah, certainly an inelegant kind of brute force cart push, but it's actually very, very effective on this third point. The choice of where to hold for the defensive side, as we now see a sack coming in, both soldier and demo getting in towards the medic. The scout he actually forces the scout, does running in, getting enough damage on Py-bun. He felt he needed to pop. A couple of frags picked up Robin, and you see Mex actually does get forced really far back. He's completely separated from the rest of his team. Did you see that, Buck?
No, I just saw some. It must just maybe take like. Yeah, I think Pluto was like chasing, and he just took like a pipe, and then some other damage came in as well. So, yeah, really well played to actually kind of get that force on the tail end of that, which resets it. But yeah, as you were saying on that third, yeah, that sort of brute force pushing can be pretty effective, and it's gotten to this point right now as another sack comes in here. Massive reflex there actually from the pyro as Fridge finds that. But yeah, Debbie going down again. Ixie on very low health, Rusty on like 20 health, Blue on 4 health. Gonna try and reset again here for Italy as this is all kind of just clawing into the time bank.
Ixie getting a nice snipe onto DQZ. He's actually looking for Pluto as well. He's just trying to ribbit from jump over this wall. He surfs away very, very nicely. Will keep himself alive. Quite low health on a lot of these Russian gamers. None of them are as buffed as they would like, but they do have the numbers in their favour. At the moment, Italy aren't quite sure where they want to go from. They can't quite get Ixie in position. He actually gets sniped down from Broken. Looks like they're trying to walk it in from this left side, Buck.
Yeah, I'm really grouped for this properly. I'm not a fan of this Uber whatsoever. Mex is kind of just dancing around for his life the whole time. Now Scout's pressuring him out. It's going to be like kind of flying through a Scout versus a medic. However, his main space for the car is eventually got an Uber out here. I mean, in the meantime of me commenting there, like the gun goes down and they've only just got their splash blast spawns in. NG's even sort of just W keying in here. They're eventually going to get on it. Power's on the car right now. They managed to get a conch out. Big conch from DQZ here for this defense. But the spawners are so quick for the offense. Coming in from the tele exit, built by Bears, as there we go. Eventually, gonna be getting that in 7:37. So scrappy at the end there, Dave.
Yeah, consistently impressive cart play by the Italian side. You know, while the combo was just kind of sinking on the flank all the time, the cart pushers were moving it, often dying for it, but it really meant that the Russians, they couldn't get the cart to roll back, they couldn't stymie the momentum, and it was just constantly moving forward. I think the gun wasn't really doing as much work as you usually see on this last point, where the gun just completely denied the cart for time on end. The sentry gun wasn't doing that as much, and Italy were taking full advantage of that, and again got a pretty competitive time out of it.
Yeah, I think they're going to be feeling relatively okay with that. I mean, especially their third push that they managed to kind of just bully Russia out of, and then kind of just lead into that last. But it kind of looked a bit sketch on that side angle for a bit, but I think the thing is, what was improved was people didn't bleed as much, like their deaths were a bit more intentional. And they managed to get a good amount of like pressure out of their deaths if they were kind of going in. So definitely a bit of a momentum switch there. But here we go, now the roles are reversed. Got Italy now defending here, with opting for a bit of a similar passive hold. With Please Nose Gun a bit more forwards, Ixie sort of on the bottom of the ramp as well. But let's see if the flank again can make some space, because Pluto is actually helping them out as well. Yeah,
a similar kind of flank play we can see from the Italians. They decided not to contest 2-1. They're actually backed up really, really fast. There's a lot more space for Russia just to get their jumping classes on this far side, put some spam down.
Mex goes down! Okay. Vigil finding that in the middle of his entire team, so there we go. Alright, well that's a pretty easy pick, so no Uber on the defense right now. Kind of snuck that one in there. Py-bun now obviously has 100%, has yet to walk out of base. Here we go. Gonna be walking out right now. But interestingly enough, the Italians still kind of opted to stay forward here. I mean, Mex, it has spawned, is still here for the overheals. It's be careful doesn't get caught out by an Uber though, but I mean, obviously they can see them through this sort of chicken wire fence wall bit. See how close they are as Py-bun actually getting onto the car here and Ixie getting a snipe onto Walker.
It's actually interesting because an Uber is not going to do too well for the Russian side if they just try and take it in. If they're able to get through the tunnel, as you can see, Py-bun wants to.
no! Soldier drops Frosty just somehow finding the mid in the middle of everyone on the car. I don't even know how that happened. Like, he even looked at him, I'm pretty sure. But, okay, just med's dropping left, right, and center here. Oh my god, like, just... I can't believe they're both dying to spies here, but wow, this is, it's kind of reset things. They're going to kind of go back onto the second now, but wow, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, classic kind of mid-make Gulla stuff where you're kind of wanting to drag your team through that sort of being aware of how we want to take the Uber in aggressive behind them, but it's Rusty stepping up this time, mirroring his counterpart Vikman getting the frag. And we see a big bomb come in, so much damage.
Ooh.
In fact, not very much damage at all. Somehow Mex doesn't take any of those explosives hitting his way. Brilliant dodging from him. Nicely back, full health, but just the snipe and the heavy down for the Italians.
Yeah, so finally some stability here for Italy. Got level 3 gun up, got the Uber up as well. They're down 4 right now, but they're going to be getting their spawns in very shortly. As another stab comes out, actually, from Vikman. Vikman finding a lot this round, actually, already. Finding a lot of effect. Bit of an interesting Uber exchange going on right now until the Pyro. Pluha kind of, I think Mex even got an Uber sword in the demo, still getting out, but yeah, no semblance of a second hold anymore, as there's going to be full retreating and trying to reset for this third, it seems.
Pluha picked a nice fade-away frag onto Broken as he was trying to peek into that spawn. Always a risky thing that spawn on second. You can get sniped out of it, you can snipe into it as well. But Broken paying with his life this time, he's up already, so nothing doing too much there. Our car is actually quite a long way back here from Russia. We'll see if they want to just get their players in position or if they're going to take in something very aggressive immediately.
Yeah, Pahan needing some spam here from Fluo, is just kind of just spamming on this rock area. As, yeah, Broken again trying to find something here. Sprasta's actually kind of chilling on the corner, waiting to see where the teams are going. As Uber is coming up for Mex and very close to Pan as well, is only 10% behind. Spam's kind of coming over the top as well from Devi. As Walker's actually kind of waiting, kills the scout in the under area. So Croy in an untimely end there as Wise Genie just on the cart as well. Big picks coming out though. Ixie goes down. No demo, no sniper. This should be relatively free. I'll be surprised if they even Uber here. But there we go. The Ubers do actually get exchanged a bit here just to try and deny the cart for Italy. As, yeah, Robin and 20 Grams are going to be trying to deny that, but they're going to just have to immediately retreat. I don't know whether they even really should have Ubered there, but it's probably just to make sure there was a trade, in fairness.
Yeah, I don't think they lose anything from trading there from the defensive side as long as they get all their gamers out.
Yeah.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to get forced and then backed up without forcing the enemy Uber out, so they did an okay job there. They did what they needed, they traded the Uber, slowed it down a little bit, got the Uber out of Russia and got all their players out, so they're back up. It's dry at the moment, it's going to be even Ubers as well. So at the moment it's all down to Broken to try and find something from this big door area.
Oh, speaking of the devil, kills the NG, so that's a good start. Going to be spamming this gun, but the pirate is in the way, so they're going to try and find something here. But Pluto just go down here on the offense, so no demo's going to be pretty big in terms of trying to counter the spam that's coming in. Gun is very weak here, might go down, it's only level 2 though. As DKC's trying his best to try and spam it. I'm surprised they didn't get any hit scans to finish that off, but there we go, yeah, Rescue Range is going to be hitting that up right now. But they can easily get 3 minutes out of this if they play it correctly. I mean, last holds can be pretty effective, and they're all going to be clumped kind of around their mid in this dispenser spot in the corner. As Walker going down, kind of staggering his death as well. But yeah, here we go, a bit of an outside push here.
Yeah, I can't say I'm a huge fan. Oh, the Uber's coming in now from Russia, coming through the cafe area. Pluha trying to get damage in it. Actually, Pluha goes down to reflect somewhere. Uber much better for Italy, but only Pluha as a target that they can clean up. And we see everyone on the Russian side has rotated back into outside and around their sniper, waiting for him to just continue peppering down the Italians who are all sat very awkwardly on this far left side, just beautifully in that sniper side. They need to continue getting spammed out, otherwise they're just going to get picked off one by one like that, Devi.
Yeah, Ixie needs to try and find someone unbroken here. He's having pretty much free reign, and they're doing a decent job of playing around him right here, Russia. He's on the outside. Oh, there we go, Ixie finds the headshot onto the sniper, so he's going to free them up to try and peek this a bit more freely now. Got the gun still up here. A lot of spam being put out as well, and Blue going down once again. Blue are dying quite a lot recently.
Yeah, they weren't aware, just Ace peeking in from the flank area through into Cafe. Pluo was trying to get some snub time, just easily picked off by a heavy he just wasn't aware of. But we see Russia again, they're fully committed to Baruch and trying to snipe stuff from outside, and he is really hitting as much as you like. He's hitting a lot of body shots, but when the players are buffed, the body shots aren't quite going to cut it at the moment, and Russia now going to commit through this cafe area, Buck.
Yeah, Uber comes in though, but they've just lost their sniper. So, and there we go, gun gets pulled back from Bez on the engineer. So, gonna be pretty safe there, gonna be just putting it back up right now. And all that Uber was basically for nothing. No one really going down right here on the defense immediately. And, yes, Rusty kind of doing some short work at the buildings in the back as well. But, wow, bit of a hard reset here. Only 1 minute left right now.
Yeah, only 1 minute left. Broken again picks Devi up, so he is one who has been able to find his number. But Ixie currently on an 8. A big bomb coming in from TQC. Dispenser armor saving Mex for now. The dispenser does go down. Mex on the sliver of health. Duking and driving away from the incoming pipes. Broken now sitting up in the main area, finding some space. There's a lot of time on cart, players on cart. They're going to have to contest. Big bomb coming in from Fluo denying the cart. Wise Genie's going to run in. He's on the cart now, but he does go down as well. Devi picking him up, just denying the cart. Space once more for Broken in main as we're going into the last 15 seconds of this game. This needs to be a big push coming in from Russia. Next goes down to a big bomb to DTQC. The Uber is in. There's only 8 seconds. The stick is on cart still from Devi. Can they dislodge Devi? Devi gets a frag.
way.
He's actually still peppering everyone down on the cart. Oh my god, Bez runs it in. Beautiful defense from Italy. They take the round. It's all up to Devi, just absolutely mulching everyone on the cart.
That was absolutely wild. I mean, Italy doing a great job of just evening things up there. Fluo, I've got to say a big shout out as well. His bomb there on that initial push in did so much work in trying to get rid of them on the cart. But yeah, pretty well played by Devi, actually just staying alive there, just spamming it out. If your demo is alive for all that time, just spamming the cart, it makes it so much harder. Sticks me on the cart there obviously means that they can't push it as easily if they're not getting shot at. And yeah, just the constant spawners out of the way as well. Here we go. This is the third round of this PL Vigil, with Italy actually tying it up to 1-1, with Russia on the offense again, with Italy on the defense. But yeah, Russia taking the first round, and then Italy getting the second one. So kind of anyone's game at the moment, really. As for this third one, it's been kind of close. DM-wise, and also the team play kind of being adapted as well, which is all the great Highlander we love to watch and see. So yeah, we'll see how it goes into this third one. I'll just see if the meds drop at the start here, Dave.
Yeah, definitely the most tilting thing. What happened to Mex, where the spy just walks past about 8 of your team and stabs you as a medic. You hate to see that, particularly on these payload maps. But yeah, interesting. Russia deciding they want to attack first. We've seen, both the teams that have opted for the blue first have won the round. So while it has been nip and tuck, maybe that's just a slight mental advantage for them.
Yeah, very true. Can have that choice going forward. It's going to be quite good, and maybe take that aggression forwards. Yeah, some sticks on the cart here initially, but can be cleared up by Wise Genie very quickly. But yeah, initial sort of flank pressure coming in. Fridge actually rotating here to try and reflect some of Fluo's rockets coming in, and yeah, once again we're seeing some passive position here from the sentry being built by Plizno. Ixie trying to find something on this flank as well, trying to get rid of them, and also some traps coming out on the flank. Maybe dead on Walker. Oh, there we go. Heavy goes bye-bye, but yeah, cart is being slowly moved in.
Yeah, they picked up Pleo as well, so not too much aggression. Broken is in very advanced position, trying to get an angle onto, presumably, hopefully the medic, or, even a demo or sniper are big picks on this point. As we say, the cart is still quite a far way back, so anyone who does go down, like Fluo has, it's got not the longest spawn. He's going to be up probably for the second defense, but they're moving the cart nicely. It's not being contested too hard for me to see. They really need to make a decision here. Do they want to commit or not? At the moment, they're just kind of sitting back, allowing them to push the cart and just spamming and not doing too much from a defensive point of view.
Yeah, I think they can't just get that up. I mean, they kept their Uber. That's kind of the main point. So they're going to be comfortable just to hold this. I mean, they've got the players alive. Can hold the high ground. Nice traps actually coming out from Devi so far. It's picked up like 2 already. We're trying to spam the hill right now for Italy. But yeah, the level 3's up now. Still got the Uber. They're trying to see if they want to go maybe side here. Trying to push the car, but there we go. I mean, combo's kind of rotating up this hillside for Russia, as I think the Uber's about to come in.
Yeah, Uber comes in. Devi gets dropped from the Italian Uber. He goes down to Pluha before the Uber comes in, and most of the Uber is just buffeted away by the Pyro. Couple of frags traded in both sides. It's actually pretty good for Italy, and Sprasti is just running around like a gnat in the backline, wanting to descend on them. Oh, the conch is coming in now for the Italians. So many weak players from Russia. They're going to have to back out, try and keep Pahan alive. And they do scrape themselves out of there, but it's pretty much a full reset. The gun is even going to go back up for the Italians.
Yeah, just tanking the heals into 20 grams for that second defense has actually been pretty effective for them. I mean, he did a lot of job just kind of pressing Maz two-way, blasting them back. Robin's taking a lot of damage right now as they've kind of rotated into this side area, but rotating the spam now is Devi. As the jump goes over the top, actually, from DQZ, wants something here, but the Rescue Ranger managing to keep the gun up for now, being very annoying, and there we go, actually finding a snipe onto me, so another reset looks like as 4 goes down, including Blue.
That was a really decent attempt there from the Russians. You could see Fumo 20 grams didn't know exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to play close so he could deny the demo pushing in, but there's also a soldier who came in, wasn't ready for that pop, and there's a scout as well. Uber train now coming in. It's slightly better for the Italians, having to flash a lot of players, and they're all bunched up here for the Russian side, but it's not the worst Uber. They are going to be able to re-push pretty shortly, and a big soldier bomb coming in now, but
yeah, DKZ comes in, gets the sniper, and actually getting Devi down early in that Uber as well. Gets kind of launched up into the air, unfortunately, as is the way of some projectiles. But yeah, Fleur kind of just barely missing potential rocket onto Pahan there. Trying to save himself with a rocket as well, but does go down. Actually hits the chat with a Lamau, so yeah, I mean, I feel that TBH, but here we go. Got a cart pushing in now, cap that second off, as there's only 2 up actually right now for the defense, so it really needs a hard reset.
how did you see how Mix went down there?
No, I didn't, but I imagine it was somewhere in the flank.
It's really far back in the spawn. I don't know if the door was held open by someone else, but it's a scout killing him really far back in the spawn, and that's going to be no heals for Italy. You can see how massive they are. Oh, Blue are doing so much work, picking up Devi and Sprosty. That's 2 crucial frags. There's an attempt to re-push, but the Uber is going to come in for Russia here. The Uber advantage they have earned off that mid frag, and they're running into last. Ixie gets a big frag, gets another one onto Walker as well, so a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of dissipation of this Russian aggression, and Ixie have been able to stabilise just about.
Oh god, Pure getting a bit aggressive here. There's actually 5 mechs, to be fair, with his pipes. I wondered what he was going in for, but that's why. I mean, yeah, DKZ did a lot of damage with that initial bomb. And then he just tries to, like, finalise the damage and get the pick. So yeah, Pam with a bit of an ad here. But they need to play around this ad, though. They need to actually wait for this Uber before they can really start to get aggressive here. But yeah, the gun needs to be built up again. Ixie probably needs to be made some space as well and try and find some more picks. But right now, yeah, I think they're kind of regretting that initial aggro Uber, but Walker is spamming him from the side.
Yeah, Italians did blow their conch, but they used it just a little bit too early. The Russians just waited the conch out, and now they're trying to re-push. Now they're getting all the players on the cart. Sprasty gets a pick onto the demo, which is big, but he wasn't able to completely deny the cart as the NG was sat on it. So the third cap does come in, and Pahan still has a big Uber advantage.
Yeah, Mex fortunately managed to get out. Hasn't been building that great though in the spawn rotation, so only on 50%. Walker actually getting picked off there by Robin, who gets a bit of a flank pick going. Trying to find something there, but yeah, kind of delays them coming in now, and now they've got no heavy for this defense as the Uber comes straight into them. Mex can be crying it away, manages to barely just about get out. But yeah, they lose so many on this defense, and Fridge is so aggressive here.
That looked like a little bit of poor Uber counter there for the Italians team. They weren't aware of the advantage, weren't aware of where the positioning was from Russia, and now Russia's just continuing to walk forward. Walker's taking some space. It's just a level 1 peppering everyone in this spawn area. It's very, very annoying for the classes like the Engineer and the Pyro to deal with, and all the time that is up, they're able to push it apart. Uber comes out, but he somehow drops Debbie in it, and Walker is just using his name, walking forward. DQC goes in, misses the air shot, but finds the Tyrone shot at the end, and as we see, Russia take the final cap, and it's actually the fastest time we've seen so far, 6:10.
Wow, I mean, Yeah, I really think your point of the poor Uber counting or some comm issue happened there, because they were an absolute shambles on that last point. Didn't really know what was going on, and then just add insult to injury, and Beef just with the cart metal just kind of putting the level 1 up, kind of just denies them from walking forward from the sentry not back, and didn't have their players in time as well. But yeah, massive initial damage coming in. Killed like 4 or 5 players there. And then they just kept their spawners coming in, like, you know, Russia just keeping up the aggression. Especially like the, you know, Fridge on the pyro, and then also kind of just Walker being forward on the boxes as well. So yeah, really well played. Now, yeah, like I said, first time 6-10, roles reversed. Let's see if Italy can sort of match the aggression.
Yeah, it means that Italy have, you know, a smaller margin in terms of how many times they can mess up. We've seen, you know, several times they've had good. I think both rounds have had good sack waves onto second, and then just not been able to execute the Uber advantage push. So this time, with it being a sharper time, no, it's not unbeatable by any means, but they need to just execute better than they have previously, and making sure they get that, particularly that second Uber advantage push. If it comes to happen, they might end up going for a trade, but if that does come to pass, they're going to have to execute it better.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's going to be more risk, more on the line, as Robin trying to rotate on the heavy, he's trying to move a bit of a flank to try and pressure, but he does get caught out, as well as Devi, from that passive, very passive gun from Meath. But yeah, they lose Broken in actually on the defense, so might be able to try and get some space for their own sniper. But DGZ doing a lot of job actually to spamming the car here, as well as Pluto is kind of aggressive. So they're kind of trying to buy time, maybe for Broken to spawn again, come back in, but I think they might be coming out here. Flu actually goes for a bit of a bomb here, runs into the pyro and the heavy actually.
I think he got air shot as well by the tempo, so sad time for him. But Plua takes a lot of damage actually. He's put some stickies behind Devi and does find him. It's actually Broken, ends up getting credit for that frag. Somehow I don't know exactly how that went down, but Devi is down, but the cart has been pushed very nicely by the Italians, and Conch coming in from Russia towards the cart just to clear it.
Yeah, and some nice damage coming from Plua on the side tunnel early, actually kills 2, so yeah, starting to stagger some of the things now, and this is what I was on about earlier, you know, can sort of just stagger the regroups and delay the time, especially when they've got a faster time here, the 6-minute time. It's going to favour them quite well, and the second point will probably take them quite a while. Fluo trying to jump in on half health, immediately gets denied by an angle level 3. And yeah, even with Broken going down, yeah, losing both the splash damage class is not going to be that great, and never mind, YG needs to be wandering down the hill and basically just 2-taps the sniper.
Sprosty almost got some bit on Timberhand there, but the gun eventually saved Bahani, who was separated from his players for quite a while here. See, Italy haven't really quite got anything going. They're trying to take an Uber in to get the Pyro Fumo walking towards a gun, but they're spending a lot of the Uber just blasting into the gun. Not too much damage coming out from the counter Uber. Eventually, Fumo and Robin both get that. Mex getting caught as well with the revenge crits from Miaf. He gets Ixie as well, so the engineer, the full Uber taking the gun out, but just giving the revenge crits to the engineer who runs forward and kills everyone.
Jesus, what a play. I mean, yeah, DGZ again with another conch, trying to carry this defense with Pahan, who's barely meant to live through the spam who was coming to him in tunnel. As, yeah, Meaf's level 1, actually with a telly behind it in the corner.
Oh, no.
Oh, what happens?
Devi wasn't aware of the fact that there was players spawn. Didn't decide to lock down the shutter, walks in through side tunnel with his back to it, and just gets picked up by a heavy who peeks the shutter, which he could have fully denied if he put stickies on that shutter. But it's allowed Russia to re-push. They can have a
Yeah, 100%. As Meaf's level 1, he built to level 2 right now, with Corey trying to defend that as well. Another comment from DGZ. Doesn't need black box apparently for this, but he's going to be running that originally and spamming him out pretty hard. As, yeah, got another sort of defense reset right now coming in. Sprasty getting found out as well. Maybe sort of ruining things, but yeah, a lot of people getting dropped to the Uber. Double goes down. Mex is kind of trying to look for people to Uber here. Gets air blasted into the low ground. Running for his life through tunnel. Gets chased down by Fridge. 20 grams trying to look for some redeeming frags as well, but isn't going to find anything. And, wow, I mean, that was just kind of a bit of a chaos on the hill.
Yeah, I'm back in the game now. I might drop it in a minute shortly, but at the moment I'm seeing absolutely everything. And what I'm seeing is, Russia, they have a big hold. They have all their players up. They have a bit of an uber advantage. Next, not coming quite towards Uber just yet, so they're going to have to make something dry. There's only 2 minutes left in this round. They're going to have to make something happen. They have no Uber to work with. They're just going to have to go for some kind of Hail Mary playbook.
Yeah, the 100 millionth conch comes out from DQZ, kills the demo in the tunnel. He's doing so much work just spamming across the way as well. Like, he's just putting all this pepper damage. Like, I imagine DQZ's damage in the logs after this is going to be so ginormous, as his defense right now has been insane. There we go, kills X as well. He's somehow going for a pick in this low ground, but they commit to this low ground, Italy, so much for some reason. Like, they're just, if they're going to try and pressure this tunnel, they need some pressure on the hill at the same time. Otherwise, all the eyes are going to be looking from the high ground into the low ground, and it's going to be pretty tragic.
Yeah, I think the tunnel is good when the team isn't expecting it, and it catches them out by surprise. If you don't have players in position, it's a good place to push from, but it's not like a fundamentally good place. You are on the low ground, you don't have that many good angles to attack from, so when Russia have that information, they can just do everything they would have wanted. Walker and Broken are both going down, but certainly the frag's very much in Russia's favour. Just less than a minute left now. We're talking maybe GG, but Sprusty walking into wards. The medic doesn't go for it, actually backs out. Surely he could have got a pick there had he gone for it.
I think he was disguised as the heavy, just trying to bait them out, but Meath was already shooting him, just none the wiser. So, yeah, it didn't really work out there, unfortunately, as Kroy's trying to find something there, trying to find some shots at the Pahan, maybe look for a force. Another conch comes out here. So many healthy people coming down this hill, but they're not going to find anything because they're all just dead. Never mind, force comes in for Fluo, and Pahan now doesn't have an Uber, but, I mean, Mix is so far away from his own Uber that I don't think it even matters at this point. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. Very much Russia dominated this round, actually. Impressive defense coming out. It did look briefly like Italians. They'd got so many frags on this second point, but this point is, particularly the spawns on this second point, it is a big roll of the dice what kind of spawn you get because it spawns so close. So the Russians did get their spawns in time. Italy didn't do enough in terms of locking them out, and Russia are going to take this first map of Vigil, and hopefully we can pull up some logs shortly on the stream. I'm opening them up. First thing I'm seeing, G Walker top fragging from the heavy for the Russians. Yeah, just a lot of these Russian players just getting a ton of frags, really. I think that last map was the Italians' pick, so now we're very much in Russian territory, and it is going to be a Warmtic.
Pressure is on Italy, what I was saying before. Just try and get this one, try and take it to a map 3. Hey, but here we go. We're going to be the Nations Cup number 7 quarterfinals game. Anyone joining us? This is Italy versus Russia, with Russia currently 1-0 up in maps, winning out the Vigil. But here we go, now we're playing a Koth map with Italy in the blue and Russia in the red. If you want to take us away, Dave.
Yeah, first thing I'm looking at is the sniper's broken. It actually hasn't seen anything, but Devi has gone down in the meantime. Oh, Broken hits a nice headshot onto the jumping soldier, and Russia can get forward here. Broken getting a lot of space in the upper area. There's going to be a spider very shortly, but can Sprusty find him? He does, but it's a little bit too late. Too many players going down, and Mex is having to run away from a soldier. Finds a beautiful, perfect horizontal rocket there, DQZ, to pick Mex up as they win this. Well, yeah, I mean, they I was going to say they won the fight, but perhaps not.
Yeah, I mean, Plusno actually on NG was so far forward there, and the spawners were so far back from Russia that he was just kind of just being a chat on the point, pretty much, just putting his mini down as well. So yeah, a bit of a scrappy fight there, kind of NG and Spy having to clean things up a bit, even with like Robin coming from underneath on the heavy, a lot of aggression actually initially coming out here from the Pyro, but loads of people going down for Italy, almost a complete wipe as the Walker actually walks in under, and eventually going to flip the point, but they get 30 seconds off the point here.
Yeah, that is a nice bonus, 35 seconds actually for Italy that they've managed to get off. I mean, as we say, I was a bit perplexed of how they seem to always completely lose that mid-fight, lose the mid, 100% advantage, which Mahan still has. but they just got the cap off it while everyone was surging forward for Russia. So a little bit of time off for Italy, but an advantage wave at the moment for Russia.
Yeah, and they lose Fridge actually. He was kind of extended in the top right area for Italy as Robin kind of taking a lot of damage. He actually dies to full damage eventually from Walker actually just being on the point itself. Even got a dispenser build for me on the point, so really want to be here. Walker dropping down from the drop down as Uber comes in, and there we go, absolute domination.
We're just getting either jumping forward or getting launched forward, landing perfectly behind them, hitting nice shots, cleaning up the medic, absolutely nuking everyone. And you know, I think Italy, there's a little bit naive from them. They must have known the Uber advantage that was aware.
Yeah.
And it's not like Mix was too far forward. It was just a really nice play from Plua catching him out. But there was just the denial wasn't good enough. The kiting wasn't quite good enough, and they pay for it.
Yeah, they need to group properly, I think, for the spam onto the point. Like, you know, if they can get their soldier and their demo working together here to try and spam them. I mean, they've even got Scott dispensers I mentioned earlier. Nice stuff from Scrafty, though, might move things up here as they managed to get the sniper. They have to worry about the sniper for a bit here as Mex is actually in Banana currently with the Pyro, but they've still got this wrangled gun to deal with. It's kind of going pretty weak from Meath, doing his best to see what can happen there. But there we go, they lose their demo and their soldier in an attempt to recap. Pan actually using on 15 health. What is going on here?
Plua again just jumps forward. I don't think he took the front of the Uber, but somehow manages to get both mechs as he was running out of Banana alone. I think he turned around, piped a Pyro that was 180 degrees behind him, and then gets saved by his medic flashing him at the tail end of all of that. Plua absolutely styling on the enemy gamers right now.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. You know, if you can get a demo that has a lot of pressure on the demo to do well, and if your demo can just carry you on this map, it can be very effective. As actually, Broken going down there. Nice time from Mixie. Yeah, Polio going down. There we go. So, MVP so far seems to have been deceased as Italy's going to be kind of coming forward onto the point as Scout trying to deny them a bit, but only for a split second. But there we go. Initially, we're taking that. So, going to be trying to wind off some time on this point, but they've still got a long time to go here.
Yeah, interesting from Russia. The last couple of times have decided for the banana hold, but they're very passive in it. They're not getting too much value out of Broken, so Italy have been able to just walk in through their own banana, get a lot of space. And I like the timing from Italy. They're going in before the Uber comes in when they're at a disadvantage. Again, they have to worry about Pahan's advantage. And Pluha again is sailing in the air.
Jesus, Flua and DQZ, absolutely no fear. Just gonna be completely bombing them out. Against Mex again. Mex has not had a great game so far. He has just been dying left, right, and centre to these bombs. But I mean, yeah, you gotta respect the aggression from the bombs coming in from Pluha, and DQZ also helping out a bit there. As a Scout 1v1 going in the favour of Voice Genie for a bit there. But yeah, we go. Sticks being put on the point now. Initial point control right now, only 15 seconds left. They've got to try and get forwards here, Italy, otherwise it'll be the first quick round.
Yeah, this time Russia decided they're going to just sit behind the point. The big bomb comes in. How does Fridge hit that effect? That's crazy, just denies him going completely. Absolutely annihilates him. Now going to see, it's going to be an Uber up shortly for Russia. They don't quite have it yet, so cap time coming in for Italy. There's a couple of frags in their favour as well, so they are going to be able to take the cap. Pan just about getting up to 99%. Will he have anyone to use it on? He does have a Pyro, but I don't think they're going to be able to chase Mix this time. Mix will get out of there. But they actually have to fight this point very soon. They're kiting it so far back. Russia, they just completely gave Russia lots of space on the point. Now the Uber comes in for Italy. Devi and Fluma trying to get something. Fluma gets launched into the enemy gamers, but eventually goes down. And so many players down for Italy now. If Russia can just reset, they can get aggression going again. DQZ just raining down damage from above, picks up the heavy and the med, and the cap eventually comes in.
Yeah, they, how bad that Uber was, I'm surprised, one, they didn't judge how bad it was and then still stay forward to their heels because their med was there, and I'm pretty sure the sniper was out or dead. And two, they kited it so far back, like you mentioned, that it basically gave up all the point pressure. They had to panic Uber to save the point, but even that didn't really work because they weren't able to get any picks with it. And then other people from Russia just kind of, like, chilled around the point and then recollapsed in. So, yeah, really well played, smart play from Russia there. So far, and yeah, there we go. First round, we'll go quickly to them as another mid fight goes underway. DQZ immediately just going to be bombing high into the sky, kills Ixie on the shack area, and there we go. Already initial picks. Well, Pan does go down though.
Yeah, it just seems to eat pipes. I don't know if it was drop down from Devi, but somehow Bahan just eats 2 pipes, goes down instantly. That's, you know, very disastrous really for the Russian mid-fight once more. Italy, oh, they do have players here Russia to fight. Bahan's really close. Mex is coming up very close to the Uber. Bahan really playing with his life, either judging that perfectly in terms of how close Mex was to the Uber, he didn't quite have it, or playing it super risky depending on what point of view you want to attribute to it. But Italy do take the mid-fight, they do take the cap, and they're setting up for a banana hold.
Ooh, yeah, Walker goes down as well, so that's a good intro pick here. As yeah, there's a scout as well, so no capping scout on the point. A bit of a stack comes in though, all around the back. Oh my god, Mex! Oh, we risked it! He didn't want to use, and he pays the price, and trying to just take cover on that slanted wall and banana. Pan just go down again though to Sprasty, so these men are just not living here really on this second round. But yeah, I mean, initially, you know, the point is still in their favor, so they're still binding down at least another 30 seconds here, probably.
Yeah, the spawns are actually up. Russia haven't got any cap time in this time, so you know Uber's coming up, both opting for minigun. It was potentially an opportunity to go for crits, they decided against it. But Italy have given a bit of space now for Russia. They're able to get players on the point even if they're not quite capping it just yet. Italy decided to fight from the banana, which is kind of interesting. I'd have preferred to see them back behind the point here, a little bit more flexible when you don't have the players up, and they're actually losing players. They're so separated. Devi gets picked up by Wojcini, and Russia, just a blob of players together, are far more congealed together, and you know, Italy pay the price for it.
Yeah, I'm surprised how long it took them to get forward there. I mean, they had a sniper pick. Ixie went down very early on to Vikman. So it took them like a solid 20 seconds to even come forward there. Nice attempt by Fluid to try and get in, but it doesn't find anything for now. Pahan just going to be killing and healing everyone up. Fluid taking a lot of damage though, with the mini trying to be built aggro on the point. Robin still is up here, actually manages to pick off the Pyro. Going to be going aggro here, absolutely no fear, trying to pressure them out with the team coming in to help. But there we go, the Uber comes out from Russia. Can't really chase too much, but yeah, loads of people are going down eventually.
Oh, we're seeing nice pipe from Gluha. That was crucial because it's not enough though. Sprasty lurking in the backlines. Not the best timing from him, but I think they just weren't aware of him, and he does sneak in and manages to pick off Pahan at the tail end of it. And now we see Mex, he's been up for quite a while, he's got buffs to his players, he's got a bit of an advantage here. Again, going through banana kind of alone. Vikman is going to go for something, probably going to opt for the sniper pick, which he does get burned down for it, but nice cap time here for Italy. A lot of players on the high ground from Russia just raining down spam onto them. But Italy again favouring banana every time.
Yeah.
Bears trying to run it in, but does get Ubersaw, feeds an Ubersaw to Pahan, and it's going to be even Ubers because of that fed Ubersaw.
Oh, nice pick by Sprasty there, managed to get broken. So my space, but yeah, the problem there was like Devi was so far away because he got spammed out, and because of that banana positioning, for some reason, they just weren't really grouped, so they were just able to kind of win that fight with Pluha actually just like chilling on the containers. Uber kind of coming out from Mex though, so many people down though. This is pretty tragic coming from Italy right now.
And Zika just sit above the medic, completely cut him off very easily. That is just really tragic play there from Italy, just not executing at all, dropping all their players before the Uber coming in, massively over chasing. Mex completely in no man's land, just with a Pyro that was overextended for him to flash. They're getting some cap time here, Italy, but and I think Pahan either got forced or went down again, so it's not too bad in terms of Uber situation. As long as they get this cap, they're still in this round.
Oh, Vikman gets 2 though in the back. Makes him ready to turn around there. See, the thing is, I don't know why they're not playing around the sniper. Sprasty's gotten broken twice in a row now. Like, if they just play around Ixie, like near the ramp, they probably would have had so much better going on for them. Or played the high ground, maybe with like Robin and Ixie up top. But instead, they're just opting for like a bit of a staggered like push in, and they're not really that grouped, so like overheal when they want to go in, and now Russia just kind of on the point spamming them in this top right area. DKZ taking some damage, maybe getting arrowed though, but they're so confident, Russia just being on this point.
Yeah, Walker in a beautiful position just on the very corner of the crate, just point blank able to own everyone with this Thomas Slam. Gonna perhaps pick up Mex as well. Doesn't need to. Just the players can't even get into the cap. Completely denied by the Russian heavy, and that's a second round for Russia. We're now at match point.
Yeah, like they're just so much more together, Russia, and this is what you were on about before with the kind of the team play coming in. They know exactly where they want to be. If they're aggressive, you know, people are helping them out. Like Walker was just getting constantly arrowed by Py-bun. Like DQZ was just spamming as well, and Pluho was trying to put some sticks around. So yeah, working out for them so far. Might end up being a 3-0 if they're not careful. And there we go. Initial pick onto Robin, the heavy, as NG gets picked up as well. So 2 down initially right now. See what return picks they can get.
Yeah, big bomb from DQZ getting all that he would have wanted. Oh, Vikman going for something. Actually gets destroyed by Ixie, flicking around 180 degrees, picking up that spy. But aggression really, perhaps slightly better from the Russians. Have got a little bit better heal sort of their game. We see Boys Genie trying to go for something sneaky through the drop zone, and Mex ends up being forced into a sightline that they'd been able to open up for Broken. Picks up the medic frag for the Russian team, and now they are completely dominating this first mid-fight, or this third mid-fight.
Yeah, I think they kind of misinterpreted how far forward Russia had already come onto the point, so they just didn't really leave that quickly. Fleur trying to find something now. He's actually on Calmangler, of all things. Trying to find something, but doesn't. Never mind! Pan gets picked off by Ixie! Wow, there we go. They sleep on the point, and this is why I'm not really a fan of the med being on the point. I mean, they're very confident. Ixie doing a smart rotation, though. Managed to find that med pick, and it wasn't really called out, it seems. But there we go. Pan drops, they're going to try and walk forwards now. Puyo's in position above them to try and spam, or maybe try and get a med pick here. Again, yeah, this banana positioning being very awkward for them, as DKZ trying to find something again, but there we go. Eventually, they managed to defend Mex here, but they're still struggling to come forward to the point here. What is happening?
Pluto is just completely denying them. Because he knows they're going to go through banana every time, he can just perch himself up on his red crate, and it's so hard for the players to shoot up at him if he's in that angle. Again, he's just completely sticking Mex off, gets so much damage and gets the force. He's actually going to get out there as well. Devi not aware of how low health he is, just going to put some damage down towards Mex, but it's beautifully kited by the Russian side. Italy have to change something up. They can't keep going through this one doorway banana. And again, Devi gets picked up by some nice rockets, DQZ.
Yeah, now they're just staggering. I feel like the comms are a big issue right now. A bit of a shambles straight away. Devi was kind of forward there, even with the med trying to uber saw Vikman in the back, but then Vikman managed to still somehow kill the sniper, so the Nixie's down. They don't have a sniper for this push. They're going to try and regroup again. Py-bun has now built up 100%, so he's now just going to sit on the point with Walker like he was before. And yeah, they're probably just going to tank the heavy here. Broken has free sightline, actually picks off the demo as well, picks up the heavy. Broken just on a mad run right now. Flea were trying to find something, managed to get the force, so really nice bomb by him, but it's only a minute left and they need to get a really good fight in here. They haven't capped the point once this round, did they?
Fridge is so far forward, going for a play instantly annihilated by Qua the Scout. So that play won't work. He was waiting a long time for some kind of sneaky flank play, but doesn't come off for him. Qua's going to continue to apply his aggression into enemy drop down. Decided to get a little bit of cap time down, but we're already in dire time issues here for the Italians. They need to get this cap very cleanly. Nice reflect coming in. We have to actually just try to get some aggression coming through the drop down with, I think it was Revenge Quits briefly no longer.
Oh, there we go.
Devi actually picks some nice frags onto NG and Sniper. And as long as Mex survives here, oh, he's caught out so many players around him. Wise Genie and Vikman are eventually going to clean him up. Are they going to get Devi as well? But yes, eventually they do. And the cap actually turned out very bad for the Italians there, as much as it was necessary. It does mean that Russia just been able to beautifully play it, come back in with their aggression and cap it in instantly.
Ooh, they kill Broken, which might open up something here, but they've got like 15 seconds. Fleur trying to find something and drop down. Probably going to get picked off. There we go. Me for the revenge coach will be cleaning them up. Trinity comes immediately going down. Fleur just absolutely basically carrying this entire game for them. Traps them out again in under. As, yeah, Robin taking some spam there, trying to get on the point now is Devi. Nice play from the Mex, gets thrown up into the air. Kind of going to kite out to Banana, which they oh so love to try and get through. Pluto again trying to bomb. Might overextend here into Croy, but it's all a distraction. Never mind. 3-0 Russia versus Italy here on this Warmtic map. And there we go. That will be your quarterfinals won by Russia, taking that pretty cleanly in that last map, I must say.
Yeah, Russia are very impressive. You can see how they just look very comfortable this map. They're comfortable whether holding on the point in the banana, they can hold behind the point, they can rotate their players. You can see how smartly they were adjusting to what Italy were doing, and they just had all the answers for the Italians. The Italians, they gave it their best, but they just were nowhere near the level of team play and coordination.
Yeah, so far for this Warmtic map, logs-wise, as you'd kind of expect, Russia essentially dominating with kills top, 6 of them being in the top, the kills there, with Py-bun actually on 539 DPM.
The other quarter-final is going to be France against Germany. Should be casted here on Kritzcast, so make sure you're checking that out. But the winner of that will move through to face this formidable Russian side.
But Russia winning that one out will be, like you said, playing either France or Germany, most likely, in the next round of the brackets for this Nations Cup number 7. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to keep following the channel for more Nations Cup coverage. Check out merch.chriscast link if you want to support the channel. Thank you very much for any of that support that comes forward. Be sure to check out the YouTube as well for any of the VODs and the important highlights and all those shenanigans as well. And it's with a sub if you want to support us on Twitch and get some cool dank emotes. But yeah, thank you again for watching. My name has been Buck, with Dave on the co-casting bench and Wiethoofd on the production. Keep following us out, and for more Nations Cup coverage, we will see you again next time. Good night.
Hi, old beaver! Away!